Right, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Today we're exploring the Snæfellsjökull National Park. This incredible peninsula really captures everything that's amazing about Iceland. From incredible rock formations, mind-blowing mixes of colour, and more wind than I ever thought possible. Now this adventure started with a very unusual find. As we entered this wide sweeping valley, there was a sign on the side of the road that spoke about an individual named Axlar Bjorn, an Icelandic serial killer from the 16th century who was known to prey on tourists that were passing through the area that would stay at his farm. Now this sign didn't indicate any sites of significance, but it was an unexpected window into the history of the region nonetheless. Now onto our first planned stop, which is the Rauðfeldsgjá Gorge. From the outside, the rocks had a very similar colour to the well-known Glufa Canyon in the south of Iceland. But that is where the similarities stop. It's a very narrow crack in this big rock face that you're able to slip inside, but there is no clear walkway. There's a stream that runs along the base of the gorge, and you need to jump around from rock to rock to be able to keep your feet dry. If it gets busy in there, it would be very slow progress both on your way in and out. As you can see from this picture, your options are very limited, but at the end you get a clear view all the way out the top of the gorge. On the other side of the bay, this gravel road caught our eye. We drove up there and got some magnificent views looking back the way we came, but we also very nearly got ourselves into some trouble. As a general rule, only go on these gravel roads if you have a four-wheel drive, not in a two-wheel drive camper van.
Lucky for us, we were going uphill, what turned into a four-wheel drive road, and we got stuck. Wheels started spinning, but we were able to roll back down. Now, if that was downhill, we wouldn't have figured out we couldn't get out of there until it was too late. Close call. Well, not really, but it could have been worse if we ended up on the wrong side of gravity.
The mountain we attempted to climb is of course the centerpiece of the whole peninsula. And lucky for us, the Snæfellsjökull is visible just about everywhere you go. So we were able to stop and get plenty of great pics even if we couldn't go up there with our vehicle. Our next stop was to see the Lóndrangar rock formations. Nearby, there's a lovely coastal walk that you can do that leads you up to that little stretch of coastline where these black volcanic rocks jump out of the shoreline. They almost look like shards of glass sticking up out of the cliff face. And just nearby is the black beach of Djúpalónssandur. If you're running short of time, you can probably skip this one. It's a bit of a hike to get there, and it's not exactly beach weather in Iceland. It is fairly barren and uneventful, and the only exciting thing in this picture is the opportunity that this guy had to photobomb us that he's obviously wasted. Moving on to the Saxhóll Crater, possibly the first landmark today that I can actually pronounce. This is a volcanic crater that is about 100 meters high and has an easy walking path with stairs to get you to the top. The volcano is inactive, so it's perfectly safe. And once at the top, you get some incredible views in every direction. What I'm also trying to say in this video is it is incredibly windy up there.
Very, very cold too.
Now you can't hear the rest of that because of the brutal wind. And that even extended to ground level. Yes, I was trying to exaggerate the wind for the sake of the video, but I didn't mean to fall over. That was a complete fail. But on top of the crater, people were taking photos leaning right into the wind at an angle that just doesn't seem possible. But I went up there alone, so I'm unable to demonstrate. Our next stop was the one I had been looking forward to the most. In fact, when I saw it for the first time, which was actually in a documentary about the financial crisis, my jaw hit the floor, and it was in that moment that I decided that I have to come to Iceland to see it for myself. But first, we had a 40-kilometre drive right along the coastline, where we were treated to more lush green mountains on our right, with the occasional waterfall and rock formation thrown in. And on the left-hand side, we had the waterfront and a number of cute little Icelandic villages that we would pass through periodically. It's easy to say that this is one of the most enjoyable drives I've ever had. After every corner, you're greeted with such unique landscapes that it's just an exciting place to be.
So as you can see behind me, that's the winding road that we've just come down all the way along that coastline. Absolutely magnificent. Now this is around one more corner.
As you can tell, the wind is still pretty brutal, which completely ruins the audio. But hopefully you can tell from my body language alone just how excited I was to be there. And as we went further down this road, the landscapes only got more interesting, more grand, and I knew we were getting closer to the big destination, which I consider to be one of the greatest sights in Iceland. This amazing place is of course Mount Kirkjufell and Kirkjufellfoss. And there is not much to say except I was completely in love with this place and it didn't disappoint when there in person. Again, the wind completely ruined the audio on this clip, but I'm just trying to explain my excitement with finally being able to see this thing in person. If you do nothing else on your trip to Iceland, go to this spot. It gives me goosebumps watching the video over again and I would love to go back there one day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and you can check out more from our incredible Iceland adventure.